What's going on, it's Chris here, welcome back to a brand new Lego Fortnite video. The series where we basically recreate popular locations from media or pop culture and create a lovely city, or sometimes just random areas whenever we feel like it. In today's video, we're making a sequel to the most popular video on my channel, aka recreating Freddy's, the FNAF I pizzeria in Lego Fortnite. Don't worry, it's fitting. I don't normally make sequels. It's fitting for a reason. It's part 2 of season 2, and you get my drift here. It's not like we made 4 FNAF videos this year. Nah. Wait, have we actually made 4 FNAF videos? I think. 1, 2. Yeah. We mentioned FNAF 4 times this year. In Lego Fortnite. But that's fine! So, today we kind of got some things to kind of do. And obviously, as I mentioned before, we're working on the FNAF 2 pizzeria, and I'm just going to quickly make myself a bed, so we can just skip right to the day. And, this build is going to be somewhat different to the original, and there's a lot of things I'm going to do before we kick off, the time-lapse like last time. But I want to mess around and kind of show some of the building techniques that I didn't really show last time because I want to do more of that. I have a lot more fun than just like jumping into things. I think that's one of my favorite parts of why the FNAF video last time. So similar to the previous video, we're going to be using these brick walls because we don't really have a true canonical thing for what FNAF 2 pizza looks like outside. So we're just going to use this, and I was thinking about reusing this piece like we did last time. However, I feel like this piece from the Daily Bugle Gallery does give more of a pizzeria vibe. And on both sides, it's the same, unlike these 2 pieces. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to have a gap here, and I'm just going to have these like kind of a facade. So this wall here is going to be the facade, as this is going to be the actual inner layering of the actual build that's in the inside. That's the kind of idea I have currently in my mind, and I think it's gonna work well, and it's gonna have a concurrent theme, which, unlike the last build where it was kind of just messy because there were some points where you could actually see this build, this time hopefully we'll just be able to kind of just have it like this. Now, next thing I do want to try out before we jump into things is a couple key mechanics that I think are gonna be relatively important, which is the ventilation system. And if you know FNAF 2, there are vents, and one thing I want to experiment with is the actual height of a Lego Fortnite minifigure. Okay, so can I go through that? Yep, there we go. So that is approximately. I'm just gonna click one of these galleries just to kind of give us an idea here how tall this actually is. This is like, that's good. So that gives the kind of the feel of the cramped ventilation. Wait. Haha! I might need to make this one higher, I guess. The hitbox is a bit weird. So I'm guessing because this part was a slope, and then yeah, we have more space here than we have here. Okay, we just need to keep that in mind when we're making this. Okay, so with that being said, I'm just gonna jump to a quick time lapse, and once I get like a rough shell done of what we got, then I'm just gonna jump right back into talk about what we're gonna do next. So what you're seeing me build here is pretty much the overall layout of the FNAF 2 map. And I mentioned this later on in the video, but I can kind of consider FNAF 2 being one of the most iconic FNAF locations, if not the most iconic location. It's kind of like either FNAF 1 or FNAF 2. I'm saying this as FNAF 2 has always been used as the groundwork for animations. You see it a lot in the like classic FNAF work from like around 2015, 2016. Even now, I'm pretty sure it still makes appearances. Because FNAF 2 has always just been like one of the most iconic things in media. Personally, the characters, the puppet, Balloon Boy, all this stuff is kind of like submitted into FNAF history. It was really the first game that kind of delved into the story more, which is pretty cool. Now, while you're seeing this time lapse as well, this took me over like an hour and 30 minutes to put together, which is all condensed down like into a minute
which is pretty cool. But it's honestly just a lot of fun to work on this build. And with that being said, I'm just gonna hand it over back to present day me.
You know, I kind of realize. Hi, Gerald. God, sorry, the glitch just sidetracks me. I'll be back if God. So I got the overall layout done. It's cool. We got a lot of work done. So FNAF 2. Oh my God. I got it all done. Just give me a second. I just need to. Yeah, I'm just gonna make this more easy for myself. Yeah, it's way more quicker just to do this. Yeah. No. So we have the overall layout for FNAF 2 done. FNAF 2, arguably, I don't know. Is FNAF 2 more iconic than FNAF 1? Like pizzeria wise. I don't know. Like, it's hard to choose between the two because they're arguably the two most iconic FNAF locations. But this is just the shell. Obviously, this is the layout. This is the rough build of what everything's gonna look like. Because the next thing that comes to mind is you have to make the actual outside bit, which is this. So I kind of give you a rough like area around here, but I'm pretty sure FNAF 2 is arguably one of the most. It's either the most iconic pizzeria or the second most iconic pizzeria out of the FNAF games. At least in my opinion. Because FNAF 3 and FNAF 4, yes, they're iconic, but FNAF 2 and FNAF 1, let's be real here, they're probably the most iconic entries in the game. Now, something I wanted to get done right, and you saw me experiment with this at the beginning of the video, is I got the vents done, which was arguably one of the most important things and one of the most important features that I knew I had to get kind of done for this video. So if you want to, you can just traverse for the vents. And if you want to be even more funny about this, do we have anything that's like kind of funny just to go over here with? I don't know. What would be? Just imagine, just like the animatronics just like pulling up like this. They're like. Real. But with that, you have like these rooms, which are the party rooms. You got the parts and service room, which I kind of got somewhat accurate to how most interpretations have it. I kind of like the Freddy Files book on hand that I got like a long time ago. I kind of used it for some help with some locations. So I want to kind of make it as accurate as I can, but at the same time put my own twist to it. The prize corner is gonna be over here. The main stage is right there. I might make this one wider right here. I actually am probably gonna do that right now. Being real, we can just do that. Let's be real with ourselves. Let's just do that. And we have that. And then what we do here is we just like remove these two. Because that's also one. And then this is one. And then we just replace this with like a two-piece. Like so. So that's the main stage. This is the whole main stage. And it's already feeling like a Lego scene point of view due to lag. Great. Over here is gonna be like the arcade machine area, which we don't really have much for arcade machines, so I'm probably what I'm thinking about doing. I have to kind of get rid of the Daily Bugle stuff here. Is I'm probably gonna be just using a lot of these computer pieces. I think is what we're most likely going to do. If I even use that, that kind of looks like that gives arcade machine vibes. So we'll find like things to do. We don't really have a carousel, so we can't really add that, but this would normally where Bowling Boy would be. And you got the Mangle's little room over here, which we're gonna kind of get done later on in today's video. But I kind of wanted just to show off some of the little techniques that I used here for this video. And first of all, yes, this is kind of just going over what I already talked about before, where this is actually the interior side of things. And it's a trick that a lot of Minecraft builders will particularly use for the builds. And something else I do want to point out, and I love that they made this thing in Lego Fortnite, they made the doors more smooth, the door animations more smooth. Sometimes I just sit here and just do this in my free time. I don't know, it's just very satisfying. But we have to make the pizzeria, which this one is gonna be hard to make look nice from the outside. I'm just gonna say that one. I'm gonna figure out how in the world I'm gonna do that. But I'll save you guys the trouble of having the. Okay, I'll save you guys the trouble of having to deal with me kind of figure all that out. So that's more like an off-camera Chris thing. I knew there was something off about that. I knew it. But my gut told me there was something out. I just didn't look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And 1, 2. We're making it a bit different than what we had. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just basically finish everything up, and I just want to show you like the rough outline first before I did that. So it's been a day, and well, it's been 2 days technically, and the build's finished, and it's also update day. It's update day. And they changed my pickaxe, which it looks way better now. Actually, I actually love this. Look at this. Look at this. They also increased the inventory cap. They changed a few things. They changed a few things, like, I have no clue what the Storm King actually is on this map. Pop the base camp thing will tell me. So, off and out of the room all the way, we have the outside, which was probably one of the most biggest struggles, of the entire map of the build, is trying to get this thing to look nice outside the build. So the way I went, for this is I kind of based it off of, like, if you go to, like, any, like, city that I'm, like, live near or basically from, we have a lot of like things in like cities or towns that have multiple shops in one. So basically that's the idea for this build, and it's also technically based on the original FNAF I Photoshop location too. Well, not that build, that place. So going straight right into things, we have multiple shops here, but we're just going to jump right into Freddy. So as I showed before, the build itself is kind of weird looking from just not having anything in, but when you go inside, there's a lot more stuff. So for this build particularly, it was kind of more of a challenge to get everything to kind of fit in a way, and I absolutely like the final result. In some ways it looks cool. I didn't want to feel too cramped, like too much stuff in one place, but I'm just going to show off the build as the entirety. So we have the main stage, which it's awesome. I love this. And the funny thing is, as I'm recording this, they released a new Lego Pass, which included a bunch of stuff that would have been useful for the build. I realized this, I was like, huh, maybe I should have done this video 2 days later. It's fine. I just think it's a funny coincidence. But basically, you also have like the currency here, which kind of utilizes a lot of the haunted gallery, but also like some of the interior like pieces too, which is pretty cool. The only bad part about this is that, like, you see this right here, which it works. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's fine. Over here you got Pyro's Cove, which was not in FNAF 2, but I decided to add it anyway because there was just like this blank space on the wall over here, and I just needed to add something, and I thought it would fit, and I think it works well. Something else that I took creative liberties, since you don't really see this in FNAF 2, is a kitchen. There's a kitchen here, which is pretty cool. You got like a little place. So it's kind of like based on like some pizza shops or pizzerias where you basically just go in and you just order at the desk, and then you just like go get your seat basically, and they probably take the pizza to you. That's kind of what it's inspired by, and that's kind of my mindset for why I built this. Over here is my second favorite area of this entire build, which is, oh my god, actually, I just realized, like, wait a second. Over here you have the price counter, which in FNAF 2, you know, is the puppet's place. The puppet. You got some toys, you got some stuff going on, you got the Avengers comic, you got the fan, you got the battle bus. And one of my favorite parts about this is you actually can just like go in here, and then you can just jump out, and then you just like hit the I wonder if anyone's gonna understand that reference. Over here you got the carousel, which is probably one of the hardest details to get done for this build. I think it's decent for what it is. It originally was gonna be much higher, but I think it's fine. And over here you got these scuffed arcade machines, which we're getting new ones in the past that came out today, so that's cool. You got a little skull game that you can play. Look at this cool fun little game I'm playing right now. Look at science. Over here you got some computers. You got this, which could be like probably like a game where you're trying to keep your balance or something, and then this is probably like a spinning game. I don't know, like maybe like a, you know, it's like a punching game too, punch bag. And then over here, just having like a purely arcade game too. Also got the main stage over here, which is awesome. And then all over here, I also try to recreate in the actual reference image I used from one of the cameras, which is like the party balloon, let's party sign, or party time from FNAF 2. That's supposed to replicate, which is one of the last things I actually built for this video. And over here at the Mangles room, which is probably the hardest room, because if you look at the actual camera in FNAF 2, there is nothing in this room pretty much. There's like vines and cables and stuff, but I think the only way to replicate that, and even if I could, would be through signs. I don't really think there's any really good fences that look gray or that could really replicate, so it just looks bland. I did what I can, took some creative liberties, but we just got the mango over here. Isn't that nice? Once again, like the last build, I added a lot of these like pizza signs. There's probably more of them in this build than the last time, just because FNAF has a lot of like little hanging pizzas on the wall. Basically just was that supposed to replicate. And of course the main stage, as we mentioned before, is awesome. Now going to this room, which was probably one of the most fun rooms I had to take the honor to decorate, which is the main hall. You got the restroom, so you got the boys' restroom over here. Welcome back to every Fortnite update where there's a brand new glitch or bug that just catches me by surprise. And sadly, they removed Gerald too, so that's sad. They destroyed the restroom stalls. I'm not going to the girls' restroom because that would be disrespectful. But over here you got the items over here. Of course, you got the girls' restroom right there, and then of course you got parts and service right here. So that's cool. Got that going on. You got like some cool stuff, which is pretty cool. Once again, I had to take some creative liberties because there's not much that you see in the cameras during FNAF 2. But what I did is, I think I did pretty well. There's just a bunch of boxes over here. And of course, this thing's right here is supposed to reference the arcade machine that appears in multiple FNAF fan games of FNAF 2. They always put like an arcade machine for some reason in the parts and service room. So, I put it there as a fun little cheeky nod to that. And yeah, that's about it. You got a lot of parts, you got like a lot of service stuff, you got like, it's pretty cool. Parts and service, it's in the name. Over here at the main hall, which is awesome. The party rooms, there's not much to say about them. They're just almost basically the same. Where you have like stuff going on, you have like little condiments for parties if you bring your kids here. This is actually the only room I did not put chairs in, actually. I actually think that's why I'm gonna keep it that way. Over here you got like a water cooler, you got like some other stuff going on, and my scuffed version of trying to recreate a paper pal for FNAF 2, who looks like a version, like a weird cousin of the Trevor Henderson creature known as Siren Head. Like, let's be real here, that's kind of what it looks like to me. But that's supposed to be what the paper pal looks like in this Lego Fortnite world. Being honest, I might bring this guy back in future videos. He might be like the new green chair joke. But over here you got basically some more stuff too. You got like a lot of more party room stuff. It's basically, like I said, the same. However, these two rooms have something that the others didn't, which is the vents. Once again, I talked about this earlier. I showed it off. But of course you got the vents in here, and it's pretty cool. And over here too you have why do they keep torturing? Okay, this is a reference to part 5 of the original Legacy Fortnite series. If you know, you know. But over here you got the office, which was probably some of the most fun, and probably my favorite room out of this entire build. Now the reason why is these. If you look at the actual image of FNAF 2, you have like all this, like all the TVs like by this sign. It's pretty cool. I absolutely had fun making this. It's probably one of my favorite areas of the entire build. You got lockers in the back. It's some cool stuff over here, and I absolutely love it. I loved making this. It was a lot of fun. It's just, I try to stay as close as to the source material as I can, but also putting my own spin to things. And I really like it. It was a lot of fun, and it's pretty cool. And that sums up the pizzeria pretty much, in like a nutshell. But hopefully this guy shows how, basically, even if you have like a scuffed layout, basically this basically shows the actual process of making a build like this. And basically the way I worked on this build is kind of like the level design thought, because most likely you are not going to be seeing the outside, and the inside was probably the most important thing to get done, especially if you're trying to create a recreation of a video game level or video game in general that's kind of like near like this like FNAF 2 or FNAF 1, which FNAF 2, as I mentioned before, is probably the most iconic FNAF pizzeria besides FNAF 1. I think, in my opinion, it might even be more iconic due to the fact how many maps, how many things are based upon FNAF 2. Over here you have the FNAF sign once again. And then we have some other stuff I want to show off too before I get to just my closing thoughts on the build. You got this whole cool Peely store, which is kind of taking a lot of the stuff we already showed before. It's kind of a nice little corner shop that. And then over here, it's kind of like a continuation to the gas station build from the previous series, but you kind of have this like cool little like corner shop that you find a lot, probably a dollar store or something, which is pretty cool. But with that being said, hopefully the main goal of this video, pretty much besides making something cool, is I wanted to kind of show off the process more of how I make these videos. And I actually had a lot of fun with this, and I'm being legit. It was a lot of fun putting this all together, and I'm absolutely proud of what I created here. It was fun. And just don't look at the bottom of the build. It's a bit yeah, we're not gonna pay attention to that. But as we continue going on, we're probably just gonna keep on building up and just continue working on the city area as we continue going with the series. But with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, please consider leaving a like, and if you consider subscribing for more Lego Fortnite content just like this, as it would really help the channel a lot. Especially just leaving a like, as simple as it is, actually helps a lot. And if you guys have any suggestions what you want to see next time, please let me know down in the comments below. As I had a lot of fun as general with this series. The series is an absolute blast to make, and I am kind of brainstorming what I'm doing next time. Normally the ideas just come to me before I say, hey, that's something cool, I should do that. And this was definitely one of those ideas, and I had an absolute blast making this. And with that being said, I hope you all did enjoy the video, and if you did, I hope you all have a spectacular day, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everyone.